Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you're doing well out there. So I'm the simp, pretty much. So I've been making these videos lately for a few reasons. I'll get into that in 1 second. Let me put this up. I'm learning how to do this. This is my first live ever, but we'll see what happens here. Okay, so I've been making these videos when I was a simp. Now, I put a lot of work into these videos. I know it probably looks like I'm reading off a script because I haven't figured out how to get the camera right and whatnot. Um, but I put a lot of work in these videos. Um, One of the things I've learned, what helped me heal, was metaphors, uh, pattern recognition. You know, understanding why I do things and what beliefs I have. And I've found that metaphors really help people get out of their own story and into the pattern without triggering trauma or an identity collapse. And so that's what I specialize in. It's funny, we're living in a time right now where we're having a major identity collapse. The old world as we knew it, that's not the world we're walking into. So I don't know where we're headed, but I do know that we don't have to stay attached to an old identity just to survive anymore. We can create new identities. There's power, there's freedom in that. And I'm here to help people do that. Now, if you want to do this kind of work, you got to pay a lot of money. You got to pay a lot of money. Like I paid $10,000 to go see Tony Robbins for a week, and that was a lot of fucking money. Uh, and I want to make this affordable for people. Like Jesus, like I understand why he was helping out the top 1% because he was trying to affect change at the top. But we need this work now. We don't have to collapse. We need this work now. So if you're interested in if you need help with your pattern recognition, if you need help breaking patterns, if you need help with relationships, I'm here to show people how not to do, like how that they don't have to stay in one identity for the rest of their lives. They don't have to. You know, we are not our beliefs. They're chosen. We choose these beliefs. Now, here's the thing. In a society where in a society where everyone believes the same exact thing, society can function really well. In a society where no one believes the same exact thing, it's too hard to keep a narrative. So, when the narrative collapses, one of two things happen. Either people adapt, but most people double down on their current belief. That's how like regimes can keep downsizing your life because they can convince you to eat ants. Because if your belief coincides with eating ants, you'll eat ants and you'll like it. Here's the good news. We have so much power over how we see the world and what we believe about ourselves. But a lot of us are afraid, especially me. I'm terrified, but I'm learning. Lots of us are afraid to be with our feelings. So I'm here to show people. Hey, hey, Kathy, how you doing? Um, yeah. So basically, I help people break patterns. So if you're stuck in any area of your life, tell me what's going on. Sorry, I can't like type and text at the same time. I'm like so like not like I should have been born a boomer. I was born a millennial, but I was raised like a Gen Xer. I watched a video recently that the Gen X were like the latchkey kids that they kind of raised themselves. It's kind of how I grew up. And so I am here to help people, like showing like listen, it's okay to have your feelings. Like that's what I've learned recently. It's okay to have our feelings. First of all, it's okay to have feelings. Second of all, it's okay to feel them. I've learned recently that a lot of us thought that we were not um so yeah, a lot of us thought that um a lot of us thought oh man, I lost my train of thought, but it is what it is. Uh but anyways, like here's the thing. Like I used to think that I was afraid of being anxious. Like I wouldn't go approach women because I was gonna get anxious or nervous or scared. But here's the crazy part: I'm allowed to be scared. I'm allowed to be anxious, and so I'm not really afraid of the feeling. I don't feel it because I don't feel allowed to have it. And the good news is that's conditioning. You don't have to avoid yourself anymore. But we've all been conditioned to do it. So, anyways, I'm doing. I'm just happy people are liking the content. I've been doing this for a couple weeks now, um, and like I'm seeing that my subscribers are watching like a majority of my content, which is really cool. So I'm really grateful for you people if you're out there. Anyways, um, I help people out with relationships. So if you need any help with that, I am here for you. If you watch any of my videos, any of my shorts or my long form, put it in the comment, a pattern you have or you're stuck in or you want me to talk about or you want me to help you see another side of it, I'm all for it. I'm there for you 100%. Um, I love doing this work. I've been doing it all my life, but now I finally have like a way to do it for like a mass audience, I think. Um, I've done the work myself, and I do want to talk about that a little bit. I guess is what qualifies me to talk about this stuff is I have done the work myself. I have looked the devil in the eyes. I've gone in the cave. I've come out of the cave. My life isn't perfect. I'm still on a journey. We're always on a journey, but we're never not on the journey. Think of it like a conveyor belt, okay? I lived a conveyor belt type of life. Here's just a little bit about me, and I will end with this. I had my awakening because I lost my whole family. I lost my dad, my mom, pretty much like my brother, two grandmas, a grandpa, in about like 6 month period. It just ruined my life. It woke me up, but it was really tough. My identity shattered, and that's what we're dealing with today. It's identities are shattering everywhere. The world we grew up in is not the world we live in today. It's pretty obvious. It's like going to Disneyland. Like we used to believe that there was actually a real live mouse walking around giving people candy. And now we see it for what it is. It's people with face painting on. And so it's lost its appeal. And that doesn't mean that's a bad thing. It means we're evolving, we're growing. So I just want you to know that you're not alone. That's my purpose. And if you want to schedule a session, or you want to talk, reach out to me. Leave me a comment, and we can talk about that stuff. Anyways, I hope you guys are doing well. Take care.